Hey everyone, today is October 27th, 2021, and I want to talk about tomorrow and the rest of the month and why I see it as a very high watch period. Well, you look at the scene from My Pet Goat 2, you have the letter V falling down Obama's forehead. The letter V is the 22nd letter, and when you look back in 2020, you can always omit zeros in numerology, so then you're left with the number 22. Well, we had three major events beginning with the letter V. That was a virus, another word you can't really say, and a variant of that virus. And interesting that the Delta variant began the same month as this. But also, another big event last year was the killing of George Floyd. Well, Obama is black and he looks scared. He's got the letter V. And this happened with 220 days remaining. Well, you drop the zero, you're left with 22. V is the 22nd letter. So this is multi-layered so far. But I think it also means more than that. Well, because last month on 9/29/2021, which adds up to 79, which is the 22nd prime, we had another V event, Kilauea erupting. Well, that's in Hawaii, and Obama is from Hawaii, so another interesting connection with Obama. And 10/26, yesterday, which happened to be 2/20 in the Hebrew calendar, well, we had the shot approved for children 5 through 11. But look what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is exactly 22,000 days after Obama was born. So I think that's why maybe they put this letter V on Obama's forehead, because it's going to connect with his birth. But not only that, it's also 2/22 on the Hebrew calendar. And the date itself, 10/28/2021, adds to 79. Which, again, is the 22nd prime. Obama is looking down here at this apple. Well, again, I said tomorrow's 10/28. If you look at this in reverse, 1, 0, it's 10. And you count this as 2, 10, 2, and this is 8-shaped. I also found this interesting, that tomorrow will be Bill Gates' birthday, his 66th birthday. And when you look at when the booster was approved on October 15th, well, when you take his birth date to October 15th and reverse the dates, 10/15, put it over here, 10/28, put it over here. That's what I mean by reversing. And I continually do that because I see connections when I do that, as I explained before. Well, you have 66 years and 13 days. 13 is the 6th prime, so you're left with 3 6s apart from Bill Gates' birthday, connecting to the booster approved. Not only that, 66 years and 66 days apart from his birthday was the Pfizer shot approved. So the FDA approving it. And when you look back on the day that the pandemic was declared, well, 666 days prior to that, we had a Claude X pandemic simulation. Then I tried to find something with the World Health Organization, and look what I found. The date that the World Health Organization was founded to the date that China first went on lockdown, when the chaos all began, was 26,223 days. Then I found when you convert that to hexadecimal, well, you're left with 666F. And the letter F is the 6th letter, so you're essentially left with 4 6s. Seen from a clock and Back to the Future shows 10/28. It's also 9/23 in the Chinese calendar. And that number 923 is 923 is big with the elite, or the number 93. But these are some other things that I wrote down that I thought were interesting. The death of Adam Weishaupt having a 9/11 connection, which we have quite a few of them now because we're in the 190th year of his death. But I want to show you some interesting things that I found with World War and Adam Weishaupt, the founder of the Illuminati. So, World War I began on July 28th, 1914. When you add up the numbers 7/28, 1914 equals 32. World War II also equals 32. 9 plus 1, 1939. Then I was wondered if there was some kind of connection with our Declaration of Independence. 7/4/1776. Because when you rearrange it and you take the sevens and you isolate them, you're left with 416 and 777. When you multiply it, it's 32, 32, 32. And I have a feeling that the next World War will have some kind of 32 connection. Maybe not add up to 32, but we'll have a 32 connection. Such as October 29th, the 302nd day of the year, or November 29th, a day leaving 32 days remaining. It's the 333rd day of the year. I wrote down next year, October 29th as well, for a specific reason, because all these three dates have 9/11 connections with the day that Adam Weishaupt died. And that is interesting because when you look at Adam Weishaupt's death, it all had some kind of 322 or 9/11 connection with World War I and World War II. So, when you take his death to the date that World War I began, this is a little bit more of a looser connection, but still, 83 years, 252 days, and that number equals a factor of 3202, 322 code. So, then when you look at his death date to World War II, the beginning date, when you reverse the dates, you have a 9/11 connection. 109 years, 11 weeks, and 1 day apart. Then this is the date that the United States enters into World War I. Well, when you look at the dates reversed with Weishaupt's death, well, look at this. You have a perfect 322 connection because you can drop the zeros. You're left with 322. Then the date that the U.S. entered World War II, well, that was 111 years and 19 days, reverse 9/11 connection after Weishaupt's death. So, in these dates, they have 32 connections. Look at, they have a 9/11 connection with Weishaupt's death. Now look at this interesting connection. The Church of Satan, founded on April 30th, 1966 in San Francisco, will be exactly 666 months since it was founded, and this date is Devil's Night. You can't get much more ominous than a connection like that. Well, this date also happens to be exactly 666 days since Soleimani was assassinated in a U.S. missile attack. Then I wanted to look at Halloween because you have Gabby holding a very small pumpkin, which also represented what looks like iPet Goat 2, the apple here, and the background, the floor, the white and black. And also you can spell iPet Goat with Gabby Petito's name if you rearrange it. I also found it interesting that the date that Gabby was born has a 322 connection between October 28th and the 31st here to all these dates. The 30th if you include the end date. But when you take Gabby's name to spell iPet Goat, you're left with the letters BBY. The letter B is the second letter of the alphabet. When you look at the 2 as an iPet Goat 2, well, that equals the number 2. So you can also eliminate another B by the 2 from My Pet Goat 2. So you're left with the letters BY, by, which also are the numbers 2 and 25. So I found it interesting that she's holding the pumpkin, and October 31st, Halloween, happens to be Heshvan 25, which is 225 on the Hebrew calendar. Then you look at the bottom, volcano equals 82 in English ordinal gematria, and that date adds up to 82. I put that in there because the date that she was reported missing was the date that the earthquakes began on La Palma. And the date that her body was found was the date that La Palma erupted. So I'm wondering if there's a connection there with La Palma or not on Halloween. I don't know, but or something else. Okay, guys. Well, I just wanted to share this info with you, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.